We're live on the internet. Dun dun dun.
Alrighty, everybody. Last session.
Oh, you're just going. Oh, you're just diving in.
Yes,
Oops.
we don't have time to waste. The Storm Lord cometh.
What?
Like a fire hose.
I was just gonna say
Like
that.
a fire hose. Are you good, Taylor? Can you shut up now?
I never said anything.
Actually,
I
you
said
did. No, Taylor interrupted me first, and then you said something. I keep a little tally book right here of when Taylor betrays me. Every time Taylor interrupts me as the DM, I make a little note, and then I'm gonna do it in the next session, in the next campaign.
Like a DM inspiration?
Yeah, except for just real annoying.
Oh, okay.
So last session, the party witnessed the death of the Raven Queen. Witnessed why am I doing the recap? I'm the DM.
We witnessed the ascension of a little boy named Kelly.
Yeah. So actually, we'll start there. Yeah, Nikki, take over. You're going to go first.
I don't have any notes, so I'm flying blind.
That's my favorite. I always fly blind.
Yeah.
Ooh, got him.
So we witnessed the Raven Queen die at the hands of Akrama the Barbed One, who was her former ferryman. Her new ferryman took away the boy who absorbed her essence and ascended, presumably. Then we brought a horse into a castle.
Okay, and Taylor, take over.
Yeah, we brought a horse into a castle and ended up in a hallway with two large mechanical gorillas a la futuristic version of Planet of the Apes, and this guy in a box was like, I'll let you in, but it took 5 minutes to open the door, and one of the gorillas was like, let me cuff you, and put cuffs on Kata so she couldn't cast somatic components. But then we started boxing, and Bill was a piggyback
And
champion.
Stop. Bill finishes off.
Yep.
Airship. Yep.
Yep.
And then they got on an airship and began to leave as Booker took the captain's seat. The party began to disengage the anchors and the restraints, and a storm rolled in. A shadowy figure amongst the clouds, familiar to some on a more personal level, but familiar to most as the Storm Sphere, god of thunder. We're going to start it off really quick with some rolls, guys. Booker is taking the pilot's seat, and Sunderer is helming the guns. At the moment, could I have each of you roll me a different check? Kata, you're going to be rolling me a dexterity check.
Okay.
This is you dodging sleet, hail, and dust as you begin to open up or to disengage the locks on the boat. Bill, you're going to make me a strength check. You are, or actually, you're going to make me a dexterity check as well, Bill. You're going to be tying up or untying the
Rigging.
The rigging, so the wings can unfurl and you guys can take flight. And then Gerard, you are going to be making me a strength check to pull in the final anchor and to kick off the ship's broomstone igniter.
Broomstone igniter?
Yeah, it's like a large engine.
I love that.
15 from Billy Boy.
Bill, that is a success.
7.
That is not a success.
You suck!
Belle, don't be so mean.
And Gerard,
What did I roll?
that's what I was asking. You're rolling me a strength check.
Strength. Just a check, not a save.
Yep.
7.
7. You also did not succeed. Okay. As you guys fumble with these riggings, or with the latches and the broomstone igniter, pushing it into place, the storm really begins to pick up, and that thundering figure in the clouds that once looked giant but so far away, with every flash of the lightning, seems to be appearing closer and closer in the sky. The barbed one, who had retreated temporarily below deck, comes back up after securing your horse in the lower stables of the ship. Guys, you need to get out of here. This is, you do not want to be fighting him. I do not want to be fighting him right now. Do something, please. And then he is literally going to return back below the deck.
He's leaving this to us.
Consider it a test of fate.
Is there a mast?
There is not like a consider it more like an airplane than a traditional sky ship.
Okay.
It has the large wings. It has like an engine in the back, and it has a large balloon in the front that seems to be almost dragging it.
So like if a blimp and a airplane had a baby.
Yeah.
Cute. Naming it Blimpy.
Are there railings on the ship?
Hard.
Gerard laces his arm through one of the railings and hooks his shield on, so that way it'll hold him to the front of the railing, and he just stands at the front of the railing and waits.
Okay.
Similarly, but not similarly at all. I have 100 feet of rope. How big is this ship?
What are you trying to do?
I just want to tie myself to the side of the rope around my waist. Rope to the ship. So if something goes wrong, I am a accessory and not a fly on a windshield.
I would say that if you tie yourself to some form of like central rigging on the ship, you will have like full maneuverment of the upper layer, but you will not be able to go below.
That's fine by me. I will work on that. Just start Girl Scouting like a harness out of rope. And
as you guys begin to do this, unable to get the igniter to start or to push it into place, and unable to unlatch yourself from the skyport itself, the ship is not going anywhere at the moment. The wings are out, so they are catching wind, and it's pulling at the dock, but it's seemingly ineffective at the moment. We're going to go into a turn-based initiative as of the moment, just so I can keep track of, I guess, my counter instead of doing real time.
dun, dun.
So everyone, please roll me initiative.
Oof.
Oh, I don't like when
Yeah,
you say
oof is
oof.
right. Oof is right.
Tragic. I've got advantage, but I rolled a 5 and a 6.
Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
I got a
I'm rolling
12.
like dog shit too. It's gonna be great.
That's okay. I did not bad.
Okay. There's only 3 of you. What did you guys get?
18.
13.
12.
I heard a 13 from Nikki and a 12 from Wombat Taylor.
18.
18. Kata, you will be first. Well, not first in the full order, but out of you guys. Gerard, you are next.
Gerard calls out to Bill. Where's Bill?
By the wings, sort of tending to some rigging.
I will handle him. Get this thing off the ground.
You're gonna solo 1v1. Whatever's coming.
No, I know what's coming. I will handle it.
Yes, my lord. And Bill rushes to the engine.
As Kata finishes like securing herself, she's just gonna like run over and try to help with the final anchor and just like smack Gerard on the shoulder, being like, "You got this, buddy," and cast guidance as she goes over to try to pull up the anchor.
For sure. We're going to start at the top of our initiative. The first one is the storm. I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to be very above the table with this one. The storm, for every round this skyship is not moving, is going to try to strip these wings from the ship.
Makes sense.
Wings are not meant to be down, and ships are not to be stagnant in a wind like this. They would pull the ship in almost at this point.
What could go wrong?
So you have 10 rounds, which I'm sure you will succeed before we get to that. And I have my little counter here.
I just see like the little Baldur's Gate counter.
I was going to say, consider this the nautiloid. You got to connect them things before you boom.
Oh no. I don't want to fight the Cambians.
Another person in the initiative order before you guys is the Storm Spear himself. He's currently watching. He plans to arrive.
That's what she said.
So he will not be taking. So he will not be taking his action this first round.
But he is approaching.
Okay. I would say
him.
He arrives next initiative. And then up next is Kata.
Next time we roll initiative, right?
Yes. Kata, at the top of your round.
Yep.
What is your passive perception?
My passive, that's a fantastic question. 16.
16. You are well enough to notice that large bay door that you guys all exited from, you see 2 additional silvers. They seem to currently be investigating what happened, and you figure it's only a small matter of time until they recognize the assailants were not captured. You see that Haragon gentleman seems to be talking to them, and he is continually looking over his shoulder at you guys. I would say well enough. You interacted with him enough last time that you're able to see he's not ratting on you guys, but he's almost delaying these guys.
Okay.
But
Thanks,
you know
buddy.
there will be a threat. So Kata, it is the top of your round, and Gerard, you will be next.
Okay.
The 10-round counter goes down to 9 for the storm to tear up the ship.
Can I, with my tie, is there enough grace that I can like slip in the door so I'm just out of that Haragon sight? Like, I don't want to go below the deck. I just want to like hide for a sec.
I would say no. I would say
There's going to be something on the deck to hide behind, right? Like a barrel or whatever.
Yeah. I just want to hide for like half a second. Like,
sure. We'll say there's some provisions or crates or something that are on the deck currently.
Yeah, I'm just gonna drop down and hide, and I'm gonna cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take on a very generic drow form. Same height, same physical build, but really pale lavender skin, kind of pulled back dark purple hair, and like a very clean, sleek bun. And just take on the same armor he's wearing. And I'm just gonna... sorry, go ahead.
Are you looking for armor? Because he's not dressed in like an armor per se. He has a small tin hat on essentially, and then he has like closer to like a dress uniform on. He's got like a gray tunic, gray pants.
No, I'm gonna take on like the armor of the city.
accoutrements.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna try to look a little more official. And I know I just spent all of this time putting myself in this tie, but I'm gonna like take off the rope so it doesn't look so silly. Like, why is this guard tied to the ship? And I'm just gonna pick my mace out of my pack and try to walk around with purpose to like look like I'm directing on the ship and like I belong here.
Okay. So you are no longer going to be trying to untie the ship from dock port. You are now disguising yourself and walking around with purpose.
I will continue to untie the ship. I'm gonna do so in disguise.
Okay. What is the casting time of Disguise Self?
It's one action.
Okay. So you will not be able to make a roll to untie the ship this turn if you decide to do this. I'm giving you the chance in case it was not clearly described.
Okay, so it's a whole action to do that then. I will not cast Disguise Self. I will just try to untie the ship then.
Okay.
That's good to know.
Make me a dexterity check.
Better, 17.
17, that is a success. At this point, as soon as the Broomstone Igniter is up, you guys will be able to move away. You go through and you manually take... they have these little pins, and you essentially pull them out, twist a knob, and pull out the lever. And you notice at several points along the ship after doing this, the ship kind of just drifts off. And the last one's just a rope that you untie. Easy enough. You get the sense that the ship is kind of going to start drifting away now. So the Silvers should not be a threat long term.
Good.
Gerard, you are up next.
Is he close enough to scream at?
I would say if he was a normal person, no. You get the sense because he's turned his sights on you guys that he can hear and see you guys just fine.
How convenient that you show your face now. Are you afraid, Father?
You see lightning flash and you hear no thunder. In your head it becomes quiet, Gerard, and you hear... You've maybe heard it one other time in your life. Maybe twice. Maybe at an important birthday or an event that you were nervous. But other than that, it's a rare occurrence to hear his voice. My child. I wish it was under better circumstances I could see you as a man. Stop
Under
the
better
foolishness.
circumstances, you would see me as a god.
Do you think that's not what I wish? I loved your mother. I was young in my godhood when I grew to love her, and I did everything in my power to keep you safe.
You did everything in your power to keep her safe. For your selfishness, you created me, and you will pay for it.
If that's what you wish.
That is
Then
what
so
I
be it.
need.
Then so be it. As not a layer action, there's a word I need to use here for D&D mechanics. It doesn't matter. I've never been one for D&D mechanics.
Legendary
in an
action?
instant, directly in front of you, maybe 5 feet from your standing, a rippling 9-foot-tall mass of muscle, a Goliath, appearing to be Goliath man, with a thick black beard, blue energized tattoos. He's wearing nothing but a loincloth and a shoulder pad. He is like an image of Greek gods with the body of a Norse god. He is just divinity personified. At his hand, he holds what seems to be an energized rod of lightning. And it's weird, but you can hear the blades of this axe as if they were made of thunder themselves. Stop the foolishness, boy. I've given you a chance. Don't make me be the father who punishes a son.
Gerard throws the shield up so that way he can get his arm out, gets his arm out and shoves it through the shield in the air, catches it and brings it down as he draws his blade. Says, "You've given me nothing."
I've given you life, and that's more than a bastard like you deserves.
And there it is, isn't it?
Stand to be ungrateful, and I will wipe you from the earth like the mistake you think you are.
I think you're here because you're worried that you're the mistake. Maybe we don't need the god. Maybe we're just fine.
You're right. But while I'm here, that will not be happening.
Well, then we'll have to fix that, won't we? And he charges in.
It's still your turn. You have not made an action because it's all been conversation. So feel free to make an attack.
I stab him.
Yeah,
Twice.
let's go for it.
Ah, like wife, like husband, stab a god.
Yeah.
Some things never change.
I need to figure out where it is on my phone. Sorry, because I'm rolling on things that I don't understand.
The required listening for this session is Thunderbringer by Jorge Ramirez of Epic the Musical.
Ooh, I don't know that one.
It's a TikTok project about the Odyssey, and Thunderbringer is Zeus's kind of theme song, in which he is just fucking amazing.
It actually slaps.
That's the required.
I just started listening to the Cyclops saga for the first time. I just picked up in the middle of it all, and it's really good.
We're not sponsored, but I would love to be.
First one was a 9, and the second one was an 18.
As you lunge in with your sword, prepared to make this rash attack, he just smacks the blade away with one hand, and as you swing with the other one, he just grabs and throws it down, never disarming you, but he moves with a speed that is
godlike,
eerie for the guy of his size.
Mm-hmm.
He makes
Gerard's,
no attacks,
I don't think, being no finesse, just smash.
Attack.
Yeah.
He doesn't disarm you, but he does deflect your attacks with
Okay.
precision. And he continues to just stand there. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
Okay. The silvers on the deck, or off the deck on the port, have heard this commotion. The Haragon has now been detained, so Silver 3, we will call him, has no cuffs. But they are approaching the ship, and you just hear that kind of like loudspeaker voice. Surrender, and punishment will suit the crime. They will not be doing anything because it takes their full action, both of them, to get to the edge of the port. Bill, it's your turn. You are stuck between a god and two mechanical gorillas.
It's a common dilemma around here.
It's the old Rotundian saying, stuck between a god and some robot monkeys.
Checks out, really.
Coined by Balthazar Braunhaven.
Dun, dun.
What would you like to do?
I want to go and try to help well, go and try to, I suppose, intercept the gorillas. My lord has said I will 1v1 solo, no death. And
Your lord also said get the boat off the ground.
yeah, well, someone else is doing that. No, I do think that when before we got to this point, I did say that I was going to go to the engine and try and kickstart it.
I do believe you did say that.
I shall follow through.
All right. Now that I'm a little bit more awake after that screaming match with Nikki. As you get back there, it's like this large diamond cut gem. It's like a giant. It's a giant turn wheel that you have to push this gem into what seems to be another brass ring full of arcane signets. You know nothing about this shit, dude. All you know is circle go and circle hold. And that's all that matters. So for you, it is just a simple strength check to try and turn this wheel enough to get it into place.
Yeah.
The DC is 17.
Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Could I use athletics?
I would say so. I would say this is similar enough to like some motions that you have done on the farm, whether it's like a hand plow or something, where the same kind of back-breaking force is required. So yeah, I would let you use athletics.
Sweet. 27.
27. Kato or Gerard kind of like instinctually looks back over his shoulder, just something in his mind, and all he could think is he must have loosened it for you, because as if no effort was required, you get that first push, and then the wheel starts spinning, and it glides so smoothly. You figure the ship hasn't been out of port in a while, but as soon as you get that gem into its place, a thrum of energy just ignites. And at this time, you hear Booker from below deck where the pilot sits. Just go, guys, I think we got it. And the ship begins to move from port. At first, kind of slow, but it does take off pretty quick. I will be removing the storm from the initiative as between Sunderer and Booker, they will now be assuring that the weathering effects do not affect the ship directly. Whether that's Sunderer running around and pulling in latches and manually adjusting airfoil flaps, or whether that's Booker literally tilting the ship to go with wind currents. But you are on your way to board and pass. In time, assuming you aren't destroyed in along the way.
Slay.
All right, Bill. Anything else for you? That was an action to do. Any bonus actions?
Suppose I just turn around and sort of go back and like survey the scenes on board.
All right. I would say it seems relatively calm, oddly enough. Like, majority of the deck is one flat space. This particular one has no raised areas. The pilot seat is below deck in the lowest part of the ship, where a glass dome sits at the base, giving a full 360 view of the ship. So the top is mainly like storage and armaments. There's like two larger chain shot ballistas. You get that sense that these are for clipping the wings of other ships. But they do seem to be tied down pretty heavily at the moment with chains of their own. Kada is kind of shaken as the ship lurches off, but she is by the last port. It seems just as you got this engine into place, the ship began to rock, and she pulled that last rope off. And just as that engine clicks into spot, you hear that loud yelling match just behind you as the Storm Spear and Gerard begin to go at it at the front of the ship. I would say that's a fairly... It seems contained at the moment. You notice that while the Storm Spear is directly in front of you, the Thunder and Lightning don't have the same power in the sky. You hear the bang, and you see the flash, but it's like that opulent blue of the lightning has been kind of reduced to a faded yellow. And the thunder, though it used to ring your ears, only ever makes you flinch. You know what I mean? It's the embodiment of those elements are with you here.
Very cool.
Anything else you would like to do, Bill?
That is all.
Okay, top of the round, the Storm Spear. A lesson to be taught, then. He is going to attempt to disarm you. So it'll be a contested athletics check, because what he is doing... You could actually make an athletics or a dexterity check.
Gonna be
or an acrobatics. Because his attempt to disarm you is to simply just grapple your sword. He would like to just keep it.
Like grabbing a toothpick on our charcuterie tray.
Yeah. In his mind, he's going to pick this sword up and just pull it away from you.
Do I still have guidance?
Yeah. Why not?
You haven't
It happened a little bit early. I was going to say it happened a little early, but I don't mind. I don't know how long guidance lasts. 22. Yeah. There's something about the proximity of this guy. That little bit of him in your blood is just there, and it might be rage. It might be all you. At this point, it's hard to tell. The two begin to blur. But as he reaches for it, so sure that it's going to work, you pull this blade right out of his hands, and you can roll the damage of your sword, because you do slice open his palm.
Not a lot. I do get to roll twice.
You do get to roll twice.
11.
11. Okay. He doesn't flinch at the blade when it comes ripped out of his hand. He looks a little shocked. His head does like the little tilt. But golden ichor begins to run down your blade and just drip onto the ship.
And he flips his sword once and goes, so it bleeds. Good.
He is going to cast Thunderwave. Can you make me a con check, Nikki?
Save or check?
Oh, save. Sorry. Thank you. Me and my haven't DM'd in a while, and also not played a caster in a while, and also forgets to learn the rules of D&D despite having played it for 15 years. It just makes it more fun if you don't know what's happening.
Speaking of not knowing what's happening, 10.
10. You get that little blade flip, and it's like, I've made the first strike. A small moment of success, and your little flourish has you off foot for just a second, as his heel as his toes just pick up, and as he puts them down, you are launched 10 feet backwards into the ship. And you will take 15 points. And you will take 15 points of damage.
15.
I wish not to kill you, boy. I wish for you to see your place. In time, maybe. But now, I'm held to laws. I cannot ascend every bastard bred on the plane. It's not my choice. Stop.
Well, then maybe you should leave the world to your betters.
You sound like that rat. Do not let him infect your mind. Akrama is no god. He's nothing but a fool.
Oh, I know. I do not follow him because I believe him. I follow him because I do not believe in you.
Following him is the mistake in and of itself. Reason be damned. And that will be the end of the Stormspear's turn. Kata, you're seeing all this. You see Gerard launch backwards in a full roll, stand up, his hair still all fluffy and beautiful. But there's that
wet and
feral rage
back.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like a wet T-shirt contest up here. Everyone's just soaking wet. And Kata, this loud boom rings your ears for a second. You've heard Thunderstep before or Thunderwave before. This is something on a different tier noise-wise. What would you like to do?
How far am I from the Stormlord? Stormspear?
You would have been midship, so I will say you are about 20 feet from him.
Okay.
You are 10 from Gerard, and then 20 feet from him. It's a long ship.
Perfect.
Think of it like a Lamborghini and a fighter plane at the same time.
A Lamber ship. Excellent.
A Lamborghini.
I am gonna reach down to my thigh and pull out that gorgeous kind of glass opalescent dagger and just like drag it up my thigh a little bit as I like wield it into my wrist, and that blood that's kind of dripping from my calf will just smear on my hand, and I'll run it up the side of the blade as I like send this small twinkle of like dark purple and black arcane mist towards the Stormspear as I cast Bane. Can I have a charisma saving throw from the Stormspear?
That's a 6 total.
That's a fail. So every time he makes a saving throw, an attack roll, he rolls a d4 and subtracts it from the roll.
Try to remind me of that. I made a note, but if you see me, if I don't say it, then assume I didn't do it. Yeah.
and I will just like dig my feet into the ship and like really make sure my rope is tied and I'll hold position because I don't know what's coming. And that will end my turn.
All right, Gerard, you're up with Bill on deck.
Okay.
The silvers are no longer an issue, obviously, as the ship has moved away, so that initiative gap is filled. And I would say you guys are moving fast. If one of you were to fall off this ship, you would be just gone. Simple as that. So keep that in mind.
Gerard takes an embarrassingly long amount of time to get up. Like, it's obvious that his dad isn't coming for him. He's struggling to his feet. He's in full plate. He's wet. He's on the ground. He's hurt. So he gets to one knee first and then drags the other foot up under him and just drags his lost sword back up and starts loping back towards his father. I don't think he says anything. I think he just screams and just tries to hit him again.
Yeah, let's fuck it up. Go for it.
I don't need to say anything cool. He's a soldier. He just kill.
We've already done our yelling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yelling is for the diplomats. Fighting is for the men.
One hit, probably. 25?
25 definitely hits. What was the other one? Was it?
13.
No, definitely not. No.
12 damage.
Holy. Okay.
And he's just going to keep wailing on this guy. No finesse, just...
I was just saying, you're not fighting with any finesse. This is like
No. Brutal.
brute force. He like goes to disarm your attack, or to try and deflect your attack, but as his arm goes up to block the first one, with such speed and just pure rage, the blade goes right across his abdomen, and more of that golden ichor kind of splats out and hits you. There's something scary about seeing someone covered in blood, Bill. There's something scarier seeing someone so angry, shimmering in glitter.
And so hot.
And so hot. It's honestly the sexiest fight you've ever seen. And it's so weird and erotic that it's your dad and son. Bill, it is your
Spear,
turn.
I'm stuck.
With the storm spear on deck. Or actually, with the barbed one on deck. As he enters the initiative this round. So, Bill.
I got orders to get the ship in the air, which we did. I also got told I'm gonna 1v1 this, bro. So
I love this.
Bill just looks for something else to occupy his hands with. He goes and like
He starts whittling.
He starts sweeping the floor, like sweeping the deck.
Grabs a mop and starts to wipe up the golden ichor.
Yeah.
Sorry, me lord.
Sorry, just move your feet, me lord. I gotta get this.
Spot behind.
That's hilarious.
When you're on bar and someone spills a latte, so you can try to have someone mop it up around you.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope.
All right. Out from below the deck, Akrama arrives, and Kata and Bill could probably see it. Gerard is way too occupied, but there's this kind of moment on his face where he's like, "Oh shit, he's actually here." Like it's like he thought this was going to be like a really easy escape. And as he like looks up over, the three of you in your heads, there's that ping that you felt in the past when you've taken psychic damage to learn something. A gift from the barbed one, stolen from the goddess of knowledge in the past. But this time it's just granting you the knowledge of an option. He's offering you each a small boon. he's not engaging in the fight, but he's offering either temporary hit points, a limited run of inspiration on rolls, or a temporary buff to saving throws. You guys can each pick one of these things, as he is using Knowledge of Faith, which is one of his core abilities.
Is it one of any of them, or do we get one each of the three?
You can each pick one of those three things.
Okay.
Are we allowed to double up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're allowed to double up.
I'll take the temporary hit points.
Okay. And Bill?
Yeah, temporary hit points.
Okay. Temporary hit points, you guys will each get 20 temporary hit points.
Sick.
If you
That's
do not
huge.
take damage, you will gain an additional 5 temporary hit points every round.
Shit. Okay.
Stacking up.
Gerard, you have inspiration on every check or every attack or check you make besides saving throws for this encounter.
Thanks.
Jesus.
And it is a D10 for the rolls.
Great.
That's huge.
Yeah. When this pings into your head, you hear him say, "I've not yet recovered enough to face him directly. I have to count on you for that. But I can give you a foot up."
Do we take damage for that?
You do not.
Cool.
I would say that you get the sense that there was like a healing addition to it. That it was like he knew you were going to get hurt, so he just coupled in that extra few hit points.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. Barbed One's boon has been blessed. Booker and Sunderer are going to make some checks to see if they can continue to keep course despite the thundering ruckus happening above deck. Booker seems to be an expert pilot. Whatever knowledge, whoever's knowledge was gifted to him, whoever lost their ability to fly an airship, when the Barbed One plucked that knowledge and gave it to this guy, clearly was the best pilot in the fucking world, because he is having no trouble at the moment.
Strong.
And Sunderer, okay, Sunderer did something. You guys are unaware because it is below deck.
Mm-hmm.
But the ship temporarily lurches, and I need everyone to make me I'm going to go with a dex check. Or a dexterity saving throw. Sorry.
13.
13?
9.
9?
4.
4. Yeah, so nothing too bad. None of you guys will take damage from this. But
We just fall off the
you're
ship
just
and
all-
die
yeah,
forever.
yeah.
I was
just
going to say,
don't
but you
fall
are
over.
falling to your deaths. No, but you are pushed around a little bit. So you leave the Stormlord's reach zone as you're
Melee.
rolling back about 5 feet. About 10 feet. And likewise, you guys don't have any consequences because you guys just roll back your 10 feet. The Stormlord is going to make another disarming attempt on you when you roll back. You can make the contested check with disadvantage, but don't forget your inspiration.
And he is a -4. D4.
And he has a -4, which probably is going to help quite a bit with that roll.
Whoa.
Not a -4, like a minus a D4. So you like roll a D4 every
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. 3.
What do you get?
You got a 17.
33.
Ha!
Similarly, he reaches for this, but kind of like as you're rolling back, he clearly didn't consider the amount of control you have over your body as a soldier. And this tumble did not stop you from being aware of his attempt. You can roll damage again as this blade slices through his hand.
Max, so I'm not going to roll again. 12 damage.
Nice.
More of this golden ichor splats to the ground.
Do you not see? Do you not understand?
I understand more than you know. And it's his turn. He's going to make an appeal to you two. He's clearly not going to get through to his boy at this point. You guys hear him yell towards you, and you know in your chest he's talking to you immediately. Stop the foolishness. Stop the ship. And let's talk after the barbed one is apprehended. He's committed divine crimes, and he will continue to do so.
Can I ask for a persuasion check?
Yeah.
Am I allowed?
Do you think watching him beat up Gerard does anything to hinder or aid?
Hinder a little bit.
Okay, well that's up to you, because he rolled a 13 total.
With Bane?
Oh, not with Bane. Thank you. He rolled a 9 total. There's something in his voice, though genuine, personal. I think that might undermine his genuinity.
No, my lord.
You have too much personal stake in this. We can't allow your petty past to destroy everything we're living for. No.
I don't wish to harm you, so I will simply stop you. He is going to thunder step into the middle of the ship. It doesn't really matter because Nikki's already out of the range of the little blast because of her the tumble back. And nobody will be in range of the second one. So it really is just a teleport, but it's really cool and thematic that he's using a thunder one.
Get me that sheet.
And he is going to use Grasping Vortex. Could everybody make me a con check?
Oh, what? No.
Save or check?
Save, sorry.
16.
He comes through with a 24.
Fucking Christ. 11.
Crikey.
Crikey.
Gerard, you have handled winds before, and you know how to stand your ground. So you bunker down as this grasping wind begins to pull you towards him.
Does
Is
my
the
robe
wind
do
just trying to
anything?
pull me towards? Because I would willingly fail if it's just going to pull me towards
okay.
it.
Yeah, it is going to pull you towards him. So you're going to
I'll just fail.
Okay. Bill, you've literally been farming during tornadoes. This is fuck all to you, dog.
I was about to say, he's just sitting there, like, sweeping the deck.
Yeah.
The wind just blows past him.
Kato, you are lifted from your feet. The air is temporarily pulled from your lungs. and as you lurch forward, it's almost forced back in, winding you. Gerard, you feel a similar feeling as you are launched towards the storm sphere. Gerard, you have more control over your
Lurching.
approach as you're kind of like diving into it. Kata, you are completely caught off guard as you are ripped from the ground. He's going to attempt to grapple you, Kata, as you are launched towards him. You can make a contested check at disadvantage.
What kind of check?
Athletics or acrobatics.
I will try acrobatics. That's a 19.
He did beat you with his 27.
Bane.
With his 27.
Okay, just checking. Thought that Bane would help. But you know.
As you launch towards him, he turns his head towards Gerard, but his arm reaches out and you are grabbed by the neck by this giant hand.
Just like.
And Gerard, he's also going to try to grab you. Because you launch into this, I would say you do not roll with a disadvantage. And don't forget your inspiration that can be used here at D10.
Athletics or athletics?
Your choice, acrobatics or athletics. It'll kind of shift the narrative of how you plan to evade him if you succeed.
18.
You do not beat him either, so he also grabs you by the neck with his other hand. I will squeeze until you're unconscious, and then I will lay you to rest gently. Do not worry. That'll be the end of his turn. Tato, you are up. You can do... You are grappled.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on what you're doing, you will be doing it at disadvantage, or you can try to weasel out of his hands again.
How many feet am I away from Gerard?
Well, no
6
feet, but 2 arms.
9 feet. He's 9 feet tall. 9
Okay.
feet.
Yeah, about 9 feet.
That's 4 feet too many, I think, for what I wanted to do.
An interesting little nuance, sorry. As his other hand goes out, his weapon hand goes out to grab Gerard, the blade just kind of starts circling his body, floating.
I'm gonna bonus action phase step
Okay.
30 feet
Sure.
away.
Yeah, you... as you feel this giant hand start to squeeze, you kind of just like lurch out of existence and then back in at a different spot.
Yeah, I'd actually like to reposition myself so I'm within a 5-foot range on the ground from Gerard.
Okay. As you face step, you are into your position, but you do face step out of your rope.
That's
Didn't have
fine.
a rope.
Yeah, she had the rope tied around herself.
Oh yeah, because she didn't do the disguise self. You're right.
Yeah.
But she
That's
is
fine.
now free and loose to the elements.
That's what she said.
Yeah, it is, dog. The elements was the name of those guys in high school.
Literally. I'm...
And Gerard, you're up next.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast using my dagger as my focus. I'm just gonna like kind of twirl it around on one finger and slide it back into like a wrist sheath, and my hands are gonna start cackling with this same kind of dark purple and black energy, but it has like an obvious chill around it. It's cold It's brewing a cold atmosphere. And I am going to cast a 3rd level Dark Bolt.
I'm unfamiliar.
It is basically a cold version of Scorching Ray. So I'm going to make 4 spell attacks. The first one is a 18.
18 does not hit.
Natural 20 plus 8.
Yeah.
That does hit.
22.
22 does hit.
And one more. Another 22.
22 hits. That's 4 beams.
Yeah, 4 beams, 3 successful hits. That is my last 3rd level spell slot gone. Okay, so first I'll roll damage. Oh balls. So I'll do the crit first.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And make sure, and it's all cold damage. Sorry.
Yes, this will be all cold damage. So the crit is going to be 16 points of cold damage because I rolled an 8. The next one's only 3. And another 3. So for a total of 21 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And can I have a Constitution saving throw from the Storm Spear?
Plus Bane, or I guess minus Bane. 16.
That fails. He's unable to use reactions until the start of his next turn.
Neat.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to make him waste a legendary resistance there.
And Kata is just going to like maintain just kind of like a stare, not at Gerard. She's acutely aware he's present, but kind of just like maintain a look at the Storm Spear himself. You don't have to do this. This is just let us go. Don't write your name into the bad guy side of history.
You're working with the bad guy. In his mortal life, Aquaman was responsible for thousands of deaths. In his divine life, he betrayed his duty as the ferryman to ferry souls into a personal demi-plane, draining them of their ambition. You're working for the bad guy. You're nothing but a henchman, Kata. You're just like the goons that killed your parents.
Henchwoman, but it's fine. And that's all I've got.
Gerard, you're up.
Am I in his right hand or his left hand?
You are in his right hand.
In which case, I just wind back with my sword hand and try to wail it in his gut.
Alrighty.
Disadvantage?
Yeah, but remember your inspiration.
Yes.
I'm going to stop saying that because I trust you to remember it.
Oh, that sucks. Well,
12 does
Try it
not
again.
hit.
just like a petulant toddler right now, flailing. Oh, that's not bad. Does a 19 hit?
19 just misses.
Okay.
All right, then he's just flailing.
always a sad day when a father has to discipline his son. And he just continues to gently squeeze. You can tell he's not trying to kill you, but he's trying to make you not breathe enough to fall asleep.
Hush, little Gerard. Don't
anything
say a word.
Is that reflected in hit point total?
Not at all. Not right now.
Okay.
Right now.
That's my turn.
Bill.
Bill, Bry the farmer guy. Bill, farmer guy.
I think Bill looks up from his sweeping and sees Milord in other Milord's hand being squeezed, and rushes towards him, pitchfork in hand. And then just straight into the torso of...
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Of my lord.
I'm going to give you advantage on this because you have not engaged. Further, you have not shown any intention of engaging. You've further occupied yourself away from combat, so I don't think he's considering you at all at the moment.
Okay. So, number one. Oh, one away from a crit. Hate to see it.
Aren't you a champion fighter?
I am, yeah. Well, that's the thing, yeah. It's 18,
okay.
Not 19. Yeah, but it was a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Cool, and I need him to make me a Constitution saving throw.
-4.
How long does Bane last?
It's got 7 more rounds. 1 minute.
Okay. That is a 12. I've been rolling shit for these checks.
Okay, and that is a fail. So,
does he have legendary resistances?
He does. I'm being hesitant with them because he doesn't have a whole bunch.
Bill.
And also, like, story-wise, I don't feel like he's, like...
threatened enough.
Heart's in it at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So he takes 8 points of piercing damage. But also he is knocked prone by Bill, who basically just full body, like, charges into him with the pitchfork.
Gerard goes,
I think he truly is fully unprepared for this, so as this pitchfork gouges him, he kind of just topples, and he does throw Gerard a little unsanctimoniously. Not to the
Gerard
point where
also wasn't prepared, so he rolls.
Yeah, I was going to say, not to the point of, like, damage or risk of you falling off, but enough that it happens. I would say he's looking rough at this point. Someone can make me an insight check on him.
Not me.
Kato is intently watching him, so it makes sense. 16.
It's becoming more apparent the way he's fighting and the way he showed up. He probably left a fight to come here. And he was a little worse for wear when he arrived. I would say that he's starting to realize the threat you guys pose at this moment as well. Because he's not getting through to you in talk and discipline. Or what he considers discipline, I should say. Top of then, Bill, unless you have something else.
I've got an additional attack.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Oh, and he's prone.
And he's prone.
So is that with advantage? That's how that works.
Mm-hmm.
The dice bounced off of each other, so it stopped being a 15 and instead became 7. But it's a 15 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay, and then he sort of like tries to. He basically goes to like stab with the pitchfork again, but almost just misses into the deck and instead uses it to vault up. And as a bonus action, he pulls out his sickle and tries to just slash into his wrist.
Okay, yeah, go for
it. Oh, that's right, it's advantage. Cool. So, yeah, 23.
23 definitely hits.
And then that's this. 7 points of slashing damage.
Alright.
And, yeah, that's all from Phil.
He kind of just like wails in pain as more of this golden ichor kind of splatters out onto the deck. When I ascended, I said I would not harm mortals. Not the way my predecessor had. But you're leaving me no choice. What he wants cannot come to fruition. And if that means the death of some mortals, then that means the death of some mortals.
Would not harm mortals. What would you say of me? Am I not mortal, father?
You're more than you know, boy. And then he stands up and he's gonna take a swing at, or uses half his action to stand up, or half his movement to stand up, and then he's gonna make a swing with his thunder axe at Bill. A 4 probably does not hit, even if I add my +6 to hit. But I'm guessing a 21 does hit.
Yes.
And does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so 2 out of 3. The first one is going to be 3 slashing and 10 thunder. And as he makes these 2 first attacks, the first one missing because he's like still getting up and a little injured, and the second one doing that 13 total, he takes the bottom of his axe handle, which is a pointed lightning bolt essentially, and he's going to lunge it into your chest, and that will deal 5 piercing and 6 lightning. Once you are killed, I will resurrect you. Once I know, you will stop resisting. But for now,
You
die
sound like
my
a mechanical ape now. Interesting.
No, thank you,
Okay.
Lord.
Kata, your turn. The Storm Spear has just threatened to murder you and resurrect you at a later date to stop your intervention. Keep this in mind as you move forward.
So those attacks against Bill didn't actually harm him, but instead this shimmering barrier from the barbed one dissipates.
You kind of notice a small, exactly like that, a shimmer of light, as this woven barbed wire kind of cape sits in front of Bill temporarily. But I will say, I forgot to say this, because that was the top of the round, you guys both gained your 5 temporary hit points. Bill, you will not be gaining them next round because you took damage this round. Kata, you still have a chance, unless you fuck up.
Thanks. I am going to cast a second level. I'm gonna, using the same dagger, I'm just gonna kind of like toss it up in the air a little bit, and it very slowly begins to hover and almost levitate in midair as a 10-foot sphere centered on the Stormlord begins creating a more dense gravity field. And I'm casting a second level Magnify Gravity. I need another Constitution saving throw from the Stormlord.
Is it an AoE?
Like sort of. It's a 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point I can see within range.
Okay, so Bill is definitely within that sphere as well.
Okay.
I would say Gerard probably isn't. You're probably out of the way because of that little tumble.
And it
So-
was a con save.
A con save.
Con save DC 16.
He rolled
Nat.
kind of minus. Okay. DC 16, so meets it beats it for him.
Okay. So on a successful save, they only take half damage. That's a garbage roll. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 divided 2. Each of you takes 6 points of force damage. Balls. Kata just kind of like looks around.
Sorry, how much force damage?
It'd be 6 because he passed the save. Looking around, Kata's just gonna kind of like grab the dagger, shove it in her garter, and kind of like back up a few feet and just like rewrap that like crackling bane magic around her fingers and just like really focus on maintaining that concentration. She like backs up her whole, I'll say 15 of her 30 feet. She's gonna just back up, like maintaining visual on what's happening, but trying to get distance. And that is my turn.
Gerard, you're up.
Does that gravity field stay?
Not.
Okay. Gerard's going to use half his movement to get up, and can I get to him in 15 feet?
You can.
He's getting real sick of being on the floor, but he liked seeing his dad there, so he's going to shove him with his shield bash him. Try to get him back on the ground.
Okay, yeah.
What do I roll for that? Shit.
That's you're trying to like just knock him over, or you want to deal damage too?
Shove, just prone. Just prone.
I think there's rules for it, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. So for now, we would say it's a. Oh,
Shove
you know
is a
them?
thing. I can get it. It'll be.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Target must succeed on a strength dex check. Yeah.
Okay.
So I make a like I'm gonna hit, like a normal hit.
Okay, make a hit.
I still have my D10, right?
Yep.
So that's a 28.
28 definitely knocks him over easily. Yeah, he is pushed aside and pushed down back to where he stood. He seems off balance and sore. Anything else from you?
Yeah, he has a second attack, so he's gonna plant a boot on his arm to hold it out like this, and put his sword through his arm, straight down.
Try to like nail him to the deck?
Yeah.
Alright.
Nat 20.
That succeeds, yeah.
Go.
Yeah, roll that damage.
So first one was a 21. 21's the higher.
20, both hit.
21. And he leaves the sword there.
And how much damage was it, sorry?
21.
21?
Resistance is our freedom. And we will be free.
I would say on top, he doesn't say a word. He kind of just writhes in pain as this golden ichor kind of floods out of him at this point.
And he's holding it there, just leaning on it.
Yeah, I would say he's also on top of prone. I don't even know what to like call the condition. Like he's, I don't want to say disabled.
Disarmed. Sorry.
Definitely.
I cracked myself up. Shut up, Wombat.
Yeah, I would say it's Bill's turn. The god of thunder and lightning of storms themselves is pinned to the ground, essentially. A boot on his upper arm and a blade through the wrist.
Cool. Which arm has been stabbed?
His right one.
Okay, cool. Bill goes to his left one and stabs it into the deck as well.
All right, make an attack check with advantage.
Bad day to be a god.
A day to be a god, and that's the title of the episode.
21 on the first pitchfork.
That's a hit.
And then 16 on the second pitchfork.
Second one does not hit.
Okay.
So I'll let those orders flip so that your second one will stay there if you want.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh wait, I count those as threes, so 8 points of piercing damage. As he stabs the pitchfork into his other arm, trying to stick him to the deck.
Yeah. I would say you succeed in that action. Unless he actively... I don't even know, like... I guess he could teleport out, and you guys are aware of that
teleport out or
possibility.
strength out.
Yeah, you guys are aware of those possibilities. But as of now, it seems like you've kind of just crucified the god of the sky. He is just wailing in pain.
Excellent. And then Bill takes his sickle, and instead of the arm, he goes for the knee and just jams the sickle into his knee.
Okay, I would say it's an auto crit because I can't see a way that he can defend this in the moment.
Okay. So in that case...
He has a sword floating around, doesn't he? Does that do anything?
It doesn't protect him.
Okay.
It just prevents him from needing to... He doesn't have... Free-handed casting, essentially.
Got it.
Oh, max. Lovely. 13 points of slashing damage.
Alright, yeah, he's kind of pinned to the deck, and he kind of just looks up to you guys and he goes, "Doesn't have to be this way. I've offered outs. They won't."
You hurt me, Lord.
At this point, out from the deck, under the deck, the barbed one kind of... You hear that dragging of those heavy chains and rattles as the gaunt Akrama kind of weaves his way out from underneath the deck. This is good. I believe we can take his power now. As long as you can keep him from resisting. And then after you can kill him if you wish, Gerard. He is your father, and I believe it should be your choice. The Storm Spear, his face, shows more emotion in this moment than it has, as he almost instinctually lunges forward for the barbed one, unable to make much of a movement. Akrima kind of just takes a step up onto his chest.
I'm readying an action.
Yeah, and just sits down in front of him, on top of him, kind of cross-legged, these chains draping over the Storm Spear's legs. Keda.
Yes.
Have you ever stripped a god of their power?
No.
Would you like to?
Kind of looking around. Keda's gonna maintain concentrating. She's not gonna drop that. Very intentionally, she'll walk over, keeping eye contact on the Storm Spear as she walks kind of backwards and sideways, weaving over the body and through the ship to get beside the barbed one. The holiest and mightiest is bleeding to death under our blade. We will never wipe this blood from us. And she's gonna just reach out to try to grab Akrima's hand so he can show her what to do.
Yeah, he kind of grabs your hands. And he walks you through an incantation kind of dumbly right now. So no actual casting, but showing you. And the Storm Spear is yelling at you guys, kind of like a rabid dog at the moment.
I would like to quickly, after he dummy shows me, I'm gonna drop Bane, and I'm gonna cast Entangle, but on his face, so the vines weave over, kind of like a mask, almost muffle and silence him.
Spear?
Yeah, on the Storm Spear.
Yeah, 100%. I thought you were gonna try some fuckery just then.
I'm readying for fuckery. I don't know if...
Yeah, every time Taylor does something where she hesitates for a second, I'm like, is she going to attack Akrima?
That's exactly what I have prepared.
It's what would the check be for this? I don't even know.
Let me pull up Entangle. 1 second.
I don't know Entangle well enough off the top of my head. I don't see a way he can... Unless he... Yeah.
Entangle, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, it's under feats because it's racial for me. It's not actually a spell that I often get to cast. These plants. A creature must succeed on a strength saving throw.
Yeah, he succeeds. I don't think you can beat a 26.
Silvery barbs.
Isn't that only for nat 20s, or is that just any roll?
Any roll I want. And I'll give the advantage to Gerard.
Can you beat a 23?
Nope.
Yeah, he just kind of, as these vines start to go over him, his eyes kind of burst in lightning, and his yells kind of irradiate thunder, and the vines just keep kind of being torn away. This is not your domain to claim.
It is not his, it is mine.
They won't let it happen.
Then I will take it.
Kata.
Yes.
You can make 3 Arcana checks.
Okay.
And Bill and Gerard, you're going to make 3 Strength checks. And the barbed one is going to make some other checks. This will be Kata, you performing the ritual.
Yep. Is the ritual
Uh,
concentration?
It will be, yes.
Okay.
It'll be the two of you guys holding him down in case he starts to try to fight out of it at all. And the barbed one is essentially assuring that he doesn't cast at the moment. Or at least that's what
Okay.
it appears like to the casters.
Okay.
Caster. Sorry. Let's start with our first rounds. Everyone just tell me the number.
23.
Round.
Sorry, what was it, Taylor?
23.
23. Bill?
14.
14.
31.
31. Bill's side starts to move a little bit, but
I twist.
I was going to say, but the stuff you're doing on your side is making him focus more of his energy there. The first round is successful. Kata, you start to notice all this golden ichor be pulled from his body, pulling out of his mouth, and it's starting to form an orb just above his mouth as these screams keep coming out.
Kind of like that scene in Multiverse of Madness where the Scarlet Witch is like gaining all of the power in the temple at the very end. Kata just looks pleased with like what's happening.
Yeah, likewise, you have the most direct look at it 'cause he's directly in front of you, Taylor, or Kata. The barbed one's face starts to fill out. He looks less gaunt than before. And he starts to kind of hover in his own cross-legged position, the chains still laying around and wrapping up the feet of the Storm Spear. Let's do the next round.
$23.
Dirty 20.
32.
Another success. More of the same. Him screaming. He goes to cast, and one of the chains hovers up and goes into his mouth. And though you can't see the backside of his head, you see the golden ichor pool out from underneath. And he just turns his head to Gerard and goes, and you see the elated joy in his face. Don't worry, Gerard. It's only his godly form. He will revert, and you can do what you wish with the mortal he used to be.
Gerard's not listening or paying attention. He's waiting for this. He's literally just holding on just long enough that he can snatch this orb whenever it shows up.
Last checks, guys.
8.
Natural 20 for 25.
Natural 20 for 25.
23.
23. And you said 8, Bill?
Oh wait, actually, I can expend one of my second winds.
Second winds, yeah.
Yeah, I might do that.
2.
Oh, I only got a 9.
This hand that you pinned down rips from the deck, Bill, and it grabs you, pitchfork in, still through his arm. He grabs you, and he's gonna make a slam attack with his hand.
Help me, my lord.
Does a natural 20 does hit? I'm sorry.
No, actually it doesn't, due to unspecified bullshit.
I don't believe you.
No.
I was like, did you also take adamantine armor?
No.
But it's not a lot of
For your
damage.
farmer?
You take 6 points of damage as he just picks you up and slams you into the deck. And his one arm starts to wiggle and kind of move around as the pitchfork kind of falls off his arm, out of his arm. And you see he's trying to like grab Akrama, the barbed one, but it just like he can't get enough of a twist with the weight of all those chains on him, plus the everything else that's happening. This golden orb floats there, and it's still liquid. And Akrama just goes, "It'll take a sec, but that'll be solid, and then we can Take it in. And it's at this moment that the Storm Spear, he doesn't shift in size too much, but in build, he becomes a thicker man, a bit of a beer belly, still a Goliath through and through. His tattoos and scars no longer this energetic lightning, and his beard from a black to a kind of a salt and pepper gray and much less well groomed. He wears priest's vestments. They look like the Storm Spear, but there's something off about them. And in your mind, you're unable to place it. But somewhere in your heart, you know that this is the vestments of whoever came before. There's a mortal Goliath man on the ground as Akrama stands up, this chain no longer in his mouth, in the Storm Spear's mouth. And Akrama just looks at him and goes, "Barrett, it is nice to have you back. And I hope your divine vacation was worth all the pain you caused." Barrett seems to be kind of writhing, almost unconscious, almost dead. "The judgment is yours, children. Do what you wish."
What's going on with the orb?
It's at this point that it's starting to glow. It's turning from this like ball of floating liquid into that solidified light orb that we saw before. I would say it's a
Can I
matter of
grab it?
seconds. Yeah, 100%.
I grab it with one hand. I kick the sword out of his arm, Barrett's arm, and just look at the other two like, if you want something, you need to take it now, or I'm making decisions.
Does he have anything neat on him?
He has a large belt that seems to no longer fit him. He has gauntlets that also no longer seem to fit him. And his axe still floats there.
I'll just look to Bill. From farmer to lord, take your claim, and I'm just gonna back up. None of it will do me any good.
Do you think any of you guys are paying attention to your surroundings enough right now?
No.
No. Especially if am I still maintaining concentration on a ritual?
No.
I would just be watching. No, I'm not paying attention to what's going on.
Yeah, no.
Gerard, can you please make me a contested athletics or, wait, what did we determine a shove attack was, sorry?
You just roll an attack.
Athletics or acrobatics? Oh no, I was just rolling an attack. It's contested against their athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Am I at disadvantage because I'm surprised?
I would say yes. I got to 27.
I need to roll a 7. I rolled a 4. I didn't make it.
With a crack of lightning and a thunderous noise, you are booted across the boat.
Do I still have the orb in my hand?
You do not. Or actually, I will let you make a con check to hold it still.
Save or check?
Save. Kata, you can add your extra 5 in this round as well.
31.
31? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say you hold on to it still.
I don't have my sword, but I have that. That's what
Yeah, as you're knocked across the boat, you hold on to it. And you notice a large man with pure white skin, a small black stripe of hair, not quite a goatee as it's just a line, just absolutely rippling up her body, and this long flowing black hair. You might not notice it, but to the other two, this guy kind of looks like Gerard a little. And Kata, I need you to make me a dexterity check.
Check or save?
Save, sorry. I keep forgetting to use the right words. I don't do this very often.
That's okay. We're
just
only
a-
asking because our saves are higher.
Yeah, I'm just a
21.
person
That's all.
What?
21.
I would say you succeed. You feel what feels like hands wrap around your wrists for a second. And almost before the grasp is fully made, you're able to slip away. As behind you stands about an 8-foot tall woman with blue hair standing at its ends as if static electricity was holding it up. They're dressed pretty similar in just loincloths and bare chest with the shoulder armor as the storm spear was.
Titties.
And she just leans into your ear and says, "Thanks for doing the footwork, mortal. We'll be taking our domain now. If the world's gonna end, we're gonna be who it remembers." The gentleman who booted Gerard across the floor, or across the deck, just goes, "Yeah, we don't want no mortals ascending near the end of days.
All right,
Makes
Gronk.
crummy paperwork."
Do I know who these people are?
I would say, at first look, you do not know who they are. With an insight check, I think... I wouldn't say an insight check. To the other two, these guys look like you enough that they might be siblings.
Steps.
I was
storm
wondering if they
spears.
were my siblings.
They are not your mortal
Okay.
siblings, no.
Okay.
The storm spear... Sorry, Barrett stands up. "Children, please. Don't harm your brother. Let him claim his spot with you. If the end of days are going to happen, why not the three of you together? If not me. But, please, the three of you, stop him." And he points over to Akrama, who has started to work his way towards you kind of snakishly. Gerard,
I would say Gerard's standing up.
yeah, I would say you don't expect him to make a lunge at you or anything, but he does seem to be moving towards you, almost if for protection.
Uh-huh.
And then the two figures who will identify themselves through conversation, Thrym and Lyta, kind of look over to you and go... She goes, "Well, Thrym, if it isn't the bastard father hid from us." And the gentleman Thrym goes, "Ah, the portion of our power we couldn't have. Guess it's time we take it." And the
Get it.
two
And he
who-
crushes the orb into his chest.
Alrighty.
All right, Gale, chill.
I think we need to take a break.
You heard the boss. We'll be right back.
So we'll be back.
very nervous.
Nah, it's gonna be so good. Don't worry about it. Nothing
No
bad could ever
problems
happen.
whatsoever.
There's a lot happening here.
There's so much happening here. Okay, tell me when we're back, Taylor.
Well, we're back.
Alrighty.
I love that's just Wombat's eyes now.
I've got that.
Gerard.
I've got that thing where I can't eat in front of other people. So
No, it's
Oh.
so fair. It's just really funny. It's just eyeballs.
Gerard has pivoted the day into a sudden near ascension. His party left to see the now incredibly powerful man he's become. The Storm Spear, now just the mortal he once was, Barrett. The Barbed One in shock, as the one he thought would be the most difficult, is the most difficult, and absorbs all the power for themselves. And then Thrym and Lyta, the godly children of the Storm Spear, and half-siblings of Gerard, arrived with the intention to claim their father's domain for the final days of the end of the world. We pick up directly then. Gerard fully absorbs the power. I will not say we're initiative yet, but anything at any second can make us go there. So, Gerard, what would you like to do? I would say Lyta and Thrym are a little caught off guard by what you just did. So neither of them have made a solid approach towards you yet. The Barbed One is like 3 feet behind you, and to your left, to your right. He is not shocked, but you can see a look of confusion, as if it's not going to plan. And your party are midship. Lyta is directly behind Kata, and Bill is about 10 feet to the right of Thrym. And then Barrett is on the ground somewhere in the middle.
I can't do it because my child and husband are sleeping. But Gerard's voice takes on that booming quality that the Storm Spears had. And he turns this electric blue gaze at his siblings, I guess. I am used to the leavings of my brothers. I will be much more forgiving. Leave now, my quarrel is not with you.
Leave now, brother, he says. I hear that, sister. She'd like us to leave. Would be a shame to come down all this way with nothing to take home. What about some mortal corpses, sister? Father never did let us play with the toys, always scared we were going to break them.
I'm going to kick off a bonus action.
Glorious idea, brother, Lyta says as she does not make a hostile move, I would say. But I guess the words intend that there will be one soon, as she puts her hands kind of creepily through your hair, Kata, almost giving it a little bit of a tug near the end, undoing one of your space buns.
I spent a really long time making those symmetrical.
You're cute. And what was
How
your bonus
dare
action?
you?
And Gerard, you said you wanted to kick off a bonus action.
Yeah,
So
it's called Conduit of Power.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what the fuck that is, but let's do it.
I'm going to gain the following effects. My weapon attacks, I'll deal an additional d10 damage of my chosen elemental type. When an enemy starts its turn within 10 feet of me, it takes 1d10 damage of my elemental damage type. I am immune to the chosen elemental damage type of lightning. And when a creature within 60 feet of me that I can see would take damage lightning, you can use your reaction to have the damage for my friends. So another thing that I got at 20th level is I ignore resistances and immunities for lightning.
Okay.
So I'm going to choose lightning.
Yeah.
What gave that
All right.
away?
That's what I do.
As you kind of like light up like that, I guess we're rolling initiative, because Thrym definitely sees that as a hostile move.
Sorry, are we all re-rolling our initiative?
You can if you would like, or we can keep the numbers if you think you did good.
I did not think I did.
Do I still have my D10 or is that gone?
I would say you still have your D10.
I changed my mind. Can I keep the old ones?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, my initiative rolls are shit.
I rolled the exact same thing. I got 14.
Okay.
26.
And then Kata, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
Kata,
Kata.
you're still going first. The only thing that changed is where Thrym and Lyda go in, and where the Storm Spear is in all of this.
Okay.
Lyta and Thrym.
Not a lot of juice left in the bucket. But that's okay. I've got options.
So at the top of the round, it is Kata, followed by Lyta, and then Gerard, you will be after Lyta.
Okay. As my space spun comes undone and I start complaining about the lack of symmetry, I'm gonna briefly just like rub 2 fingers on the holy symbol of Shar that's kind of like tucked in to my jumper, and just say, Dark Mistress, I know you're mad at me, but please help me now. And I'm gonna use Harness Divine Power to regain a 2nd level spell slot, which is a bonus action. And then in the same go, the crackling energy that was predominantly black with that like speckled purple in it kind of lights up back at her fingertips again, but in reverse. It is now predominantly purple with these threads of black in it, and she's just gonna like whip her hand up, and as she flicks it to the side, tendrils of this power kind of seep down and crawl across the ship's deck, wrapping up through herself into Bill and into Gerard. I'm casting a 1st level Bless.
Sure.
Thank you.
So attack rolls and saving throws, you get to roll a d4 and add it every single time.
Sick.
And I will just kind of like 360 or 180 spin and like put my fists up, knowing I'm not gonna punch anybody, but just defensively put my fists up as like that magic just like kinetically jumps between my knuckles. I'm not afraid to hurt you, and I'm just gonna like wave my fists and cement myself. That's it.
All right. Lyta kind of chuckles and looks at Thrym and says, Thrym, do you think these mortals would survive the fall? And Thrym goes, The bastard popped maybe, but the rest of them, I can't see a world in which they do. Fantastic. I'm going to play around here first, but why don't you start taking apart the ship? Make it slow. We'll stick around for the fall. And Lyta is going to make an attack on Kato. Does an 18 hit?
No, it does not.
Nice.
Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Does a 20 hit?
Yes.
And does a 19 hit? And does a 19 hit?
Ty goes to defender, right?
Yes.
Then you know it does not.
Okay, so 2 out of the 4 attacks hit you. Her fists begin to charge with lightning, and she begins to gently pummel you.
Gently pummel me.
Her first attack is a palm strike to your chin.
I'm not garlic.
Yeah, and it will deal 15 damage total, 10 bludgeoning, and 5 lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's important for me to know how much lightning.
Yeah, and 5 lightning.
Okay.
You
And
doing
then the
okay?
second,
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm great. Temporary.
and
hit
the second
points.
one will deal 20 damage total.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
10 lightning, 10 bludgeoning.
Okay.
The other 2 strikes are kind of... She forgets when punching a mortal how much their body moves. And so she's unprepared for the jostling of your chin. It ends up punching space beside your head. But you feel lightning drag across your cheeks. And your hair singe as this woman who truly is faster than light just kicks the shit out of you a little bit. I also need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I have to make a couple of those actually. To maintain concentration.
Yeah, so do your con checks for those first, and then we'll go to the con check in which you need to make in order to not get thrown across the ship.
So first damage was 15.
Oh,
so
sorry, not a con check for throwing across the ship. It's a con check for stunning strike.
Okay. The first attack damage was 15, so I have to roll a 10. That's a pass with a 14. Oh, that one's a 19. That passes. And stunning strike, you said, right? Con check. 15.
15 does not pass. You are stunned. Gerard, it's your turn. Lyta has... actually, Lyta's gonna move.
Concentration on Bless drops. You guys
Oh
no
man.
longer have Bless.
Oh no, my
Lyta-
god powers.
Lyta appears
Fuck.
right beside Bill in almost a flash of lightning. A speed you've only seen once before in the Soul Walker, the secondary ferryman that had tried to save the Raven Queen. But she appears beside Bill in just a glimpse, and she just goes, "And what can you do?" And then we're going to go on to Gerard.
For flavor, can I use a cantrip to grab my sword?
You can do whatever you want, sure.
Alright, I lightning lure my sword back into my hand.
Sick. Your sword launches towards you and you catch it, no problem.
And I walk up to Leda and stab her in the back as hard as I can 4 times.
Alrighty. Make those attacks.
Try to lop her head off. Fuck, this is hard. Here's my shit.
So much shit.
partially why I chose to be a champion fighter, because there's nothing to worry about. You just
Less shit.
do all the same shit. There's nothing different.
Just more of it.
You just get to do crits more often.
$39, 32.
32 hits.
Second hit. $27 is my third hit.
27 hits.
31 is my fourth hit. Did I say three?
They
So
all hit?
3 hits?
Yeah.
No, 3 hit.
Oh.
One of them missed.
Oh, sorry. 3 hits.
7 damage on the first. 9 damage on the second. 10 damage on the third. And let's see what I can do for lightning. Shit. So sorry, guys. This will go faster as soon as I do it a couple times.
You are so okay. You enjoy your level 20 life.
Why don't you tell me what these properties are? I have push, sap, slow, and I don't know what any of them do or how to use them.
Which weapon are you using? It depends on what weapon
I
you're
can
using.
use them on any weapon.
Fighter ship.
Yeah.
I've got them here. One sec.
Thank you. Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her disadvantage on her next attack roll.
Mhm.
And I'm going to reduce her speed by 10 feet.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Anything else?
Oh, but
for you, George?
she's in my space, so she takes 10 d10 lightning damage. Three. Ignores immunity.
3 damage.
Yeah.
Do you consider?
Now I'm done.
What's the range on that? It's 10 feet.
In my space, 10 feet. Yeah.
Okay. It is Thrim's turn. Thrim is going to make a strength check to rip the wing off this airship.
Oh, he says to Bill, protect the ship. I've got this one.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, so Thrim, with a pretty good strength check, begins the process of ripping the wing off the ship. If he is unimpeded until next round, his turn next round, the airship will lose a wing.
Which would be not very beneficial to the ship.
No, it would be bad. All right, Thrim's full turn is being used to tear up this ship. Bill, it's your go with the barbed one on deck.
Okay, can I see old mate ripping the wing off from where I
Oh,
was standing?
yeah. She tells him to take down the ship, and he goes, "Gotcha," and then literally just grabs it and starts pulling it fucking open like a can.
Cool. Bill grabs a hand axe and throws it at this person.
Alrighty, make an attack.
Fuck me, D&D Beyond, I swear to God. It was so close to being a 19.
Oh, man.
It was on 19 and then slowly rolled over to 3. Okay. Well, there goes my one and only hand axe. Bless you. It just whizzes straight past his head off the fucking ship. A tear rolls down Bill's cheek as his favorite hand axe is flying
That's my wife.
and nails some kid on the streets below. Well, yeah, Bill got told to defend the ship. He's going to defend the ship. Yeah, he instead grabs the pitchfork and does a similar thing to what he had done before. And yeah,
Okay, make an attack roll.
26.
26 does hit, and sorry, Lyda is going to make an attack of opportunity on you when you leave her range to attack Grim.
Yep.
It's at disadvantage because of Nikki there. Does a 16 hit?
Yes, it does.
Damn. I thought I did good there. Sorry.
You are going to take 17 points of damage. 10 is going to be bludgeon, and 7 is lightning, as she just swings a fist out at the back of your head as you start to run away.
A reaction to have the lightning to 3.
Lightning reaction half to 3, so you only take bad at math.
I just heal by 3.
14 total. Whatever.
Yeah, cool.
But you still get your attack off on Thrim. So make some damage. Roll some damage, boy.
Damage is 10 points of piercing damage. And he needs to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Does a 21 succeed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And what was the damage again, sorry?
The damage was 10 points of piercing.
Yeah, as you run up to Thrim and gouge him in the back with this pitchfork, he kind of lurches forward for a second and just looks back at you angrily. He doesn't have the same lightning aura that his sister and father have and that Gerard has. But every time his heart beats, you feel it in your chest. And it is very unsettling. But anything else, Bill?
That is all.
Okay, the barbed one, kind of looking around, seeing that things are not going the way he wanted. He's going to do something.
Not
And
something.
what are your passives, I say, looking at them?
16.
Passive perception?
Yeah.
10.
10,
12!
12, 16. Yeah, none of you guys notice what he does.
Okay.
And then Barrett, the Storm Lord, ex-Storm Spear, is going to try to reason with his kids. Just the 3 of you. Please, stop fighting. You're all powerful now, you can do what you wish, but fighting on an airship puts these 2 mortals at risk. I beg you, please. And that's a persuasion check. I'm not going to make him do a persuasion check against you, Gerard, because I feel like, as you're a character, it's up to the words to sway you.
Yes.
Unless you dictate otherwise. But Prim, for a second, does kind of stop and look at the scenario he's in. But he doesn't quite stop tearing the wing off the ship. And then Light just kind of scoffs at him and ignores him fully. We'll deal with you next, Father. As a mortal, you should be easy to wipe off the earth. Nothing but a smear.
Jesus.
The gods, man. And at that, it is Kata's turn.
That's, boy howdy, that's me.
And you're stunned.
Yeah. I get to save, right?
Yeah.
And that's all I get to do, right?
I believe so.
Cool. And it's another con save, right?
Correct.
Do I have anything? Oh, it's until the end of their next turn. So, yeah.
So no. So you don't get to do anything.
Yeah, I have no actions, bonus actions, reactions, nothing. I am frozen, just kind of looking ahead. My fingers trying to twitch, trying to cast, but they can't quite find their way to making the motions they're used to. And I'm just gonna kind of like gasp and try to grab air. And that's my turn, I guess.
Lyta is going to be stabbed a bunch by Gerard and turn around and not be happy about that. Does a 26 hit?
Me?
Gerard. I have your AC here, I can look.
Yes.
Okay, that hits. Also a hit. Also a hit. And a natural 20 for the last one.
All silvery barbs, the natural 20.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yep, probably.
Okay.
I don't take any lightning damage, so that'll reduce it.
Except for theirs also ignores immunity.
Except there's also what?
They also ignore immunity.
Oh, cute. Okay.
1 for 1, let's go. They've got
As a total
on
of
standby.
As of the total of the punches, you will be taking 61 damage.
Okay, that's fine.
As she bludgeons you, just kicking the ever-loving crap. And then could you make a con check for me? DC 17.
Save or check, because that matters for
Save, sorry,
D10.
save.
25.
I'll get my terminology right. 25, that's a pass. So yeah, you do not get stunned.
61, you said, though?
Yeah, 61 total damage.
Jesus Christ.
Do you have the ability to reduce the lightning damage as well, or just ignore it?
I can absorb it, too.
Okay, so 30 of that was lightning damage. If you would.
Well,
like
I need one attack.
Okay, one attack. We'll give you the biggest one, which was 11.
Okay, I absorbed the 11 and then immediately put it back at her, so she has to make a dex save. Huh? If you're making coffee, I wouldn't say no. Yeah. Bubble.
Okay.
The way his face was disgusted at the word Keurig. Me too.
We don't have a real coffee maker.
It launches back at her, and it looks pretty toasty. It was unexpected for that to happen, so she's kind of regains her footing, and she's going to make some movement. So you and Bill will both get attacks of opportunity if you wish. Or no, Bill moved, just you.
Just me. Okay.
Yeah, and she's going to go towards Kata.
Her speed is slowed. I don't know if that matters, but
No, it does not. Not in this case.
Okay.
She seems sluggish, but she still seems to have enough in her to move pretty much anywhere on the boat.
Does a 21 hit?
A 21 does hit.
11 points.
11 points. Okay. This like slash kind of makes her tumble, and as she does, she like gets back over to Kata and goes,
I'm immune to critical hits. I'll deal with it later.
"Okay." So just remove. Heal yourself by 12.
Okay. It doesn't matter much.
Yeah. She'll like stumble over and go, "Well, brother, can you fly?" She says to you, Gerard.
Is she asking me to answer, or is she just speaking rhetorically and curiously?
A bit of both. It's hard to tell with her. She seems like everything she says kind of seems like it's a taunt of some kind. So it's hard to say if this is a question or not.
We'll find
either way.
out when I consume the little orb from your chest.
Cute. Let's hope she can. And she puts a hand on Kata's chest. And that is the end of Lyda's turn. And we're going to go to Gerard.
Gerard's going to running tackle her
All right.
and take her to the ground.
Like the ground of the ground or the ground of the ship?
The ground of the ship.
Okay. I was like, bold move.
No, he's not going to take her off the ship. She can
okay.
fly.
Yeah.
What do you need from me?
A tackle is like a contested grapple. It's like grapple. So yeah, I can contested. You make an athletics. I'll make an athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
And higher number wins.
Okay.
I got a 17.
Hopefully going to beat that. I got a 24 before my D10.
So you tackle her. Kata, you feel this hand drag across your chest. You get her nails kind of scrape across you. Not enough to deal damage, but it's enough to wake you up from your stun. As Gerard bull rushes and tackles Lyda right beside you. Making a grapple is an action, correct, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's your action. Any bonus actions or
Should search.
action surge?
I'm going to straddle her chest and just continuously try to stick the point of my sword into her neck.
Fuck yeah, fuck it up.
Four of them. Jesus Christ. I know that one hits, so we've got one hit out of two. Does a 20 hit?
It does.
2 hits. Fucking hell! I hate this. I hate. One last one.
You got this.
One hit.
Okay.
9
Lightning.
points, and I'm going to throw 1 point of lightning into it.
Okay. So
Suck
10
it.
total. Okay. She's looking pretty rough. The more you're fighting her, it's hard to tell. Either you've been juiced up so much, or she's not a full god in the way her dad was. Because these hits are hitting way harder. The only other answer is she's a lesser god and her domain isn't fully claimed.
Or Daddy was giving her the powers, and I currently have Daddy's powers that I'm not sharing.
That could very well be possible,
Yes,
but I will neither confirm or deny that. Anything else, Gerard?
No, again with the rage. No finesse. Just
Okay,
trying to lop off body parts.
Thrim is going to decide to not attack Bill and instead finish ripping this wing off the ship. And as he does, the ship's speed causes it to just start spiraling down. I'm putting my counter at 10, and in 10 rounds, the ship will crash into the ground.
How?
It's done, Lida! I'm out of here! And Thrym looks at Bill and goes, "Next time, mortal." And he's going to jump off of the ship.
Question.
Yeah.
Opportunity attack.
Of course.
Second question.
Yes.
I have Sentinel.
Okay.
He gets to stay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Only if I hit.
Hit.
19?
19 hits.
Yeah!
Like, as he goes to jump, this pitchfork just, like, grabs his heel and pins him to the ground.
Ooh. Yucky.
And he just screams in pain as his jump doesn't make him off the ship, but it does cause the pitchfork to rip right through his Achilles tendon. An echoing pain reverberates from him. Bastard! This will be fun! Anything else, Bill? It is your turn.
That was
Yeah, that was your
reaction.
not even your actual gopher.
Yeah, so 8 points of piercing damage from the stabby stab on the reaction.
Yeah.
And then following this, it's just more pitchforking.
That's what she said.
Pitch that fork.
I love forking people.
I fork people every day.
Forking bitches.
2 18s.
Both hit.
So, total of 24 points of piercing damage.
Oh, shit. Okay, yeah. That'll do her. Yeah, he's kind of like, as he like goes to leap and this flurry of attacks comes from Bill, he kind of just like stumbles a little bit and just goes, "Fine, you'll come with me." And it is the Bard one's turn. He is going to keep doing something.
So mysterious. He's
Yeah,
doing a thing.
I would say, Kada, you do notice what he's doing this time. His stealth was not so great. He is strangling the Storm Spear Barrett. They are in like a literal wrestling match on the ground. And this old Goliath man is being slowly taken from the mortal plane. And all you can hear from him is mumblings of petty slights that he believes Barrett has given him in the past. It's at this point that you guys hear over some loudspeakers Booker say, "Guys, we're in a downturn. I don't think we're pulling out of this one." And then it is Kada, your go.
The ship's falling apart, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Can I see Booker and Sunderer?
They're not at this time, though. They are under the deck.
Maybe Sunderer came up above deck to tell us.
What does Taylor want? Let me see if it's worth it.
Kata was gonna scream out, "The early bird gets the worm." Cast Featherfall on the 5 of us and jump.
I would say
But I will wait.
no, because I think that's cool and that's a good thought process. I will say that Booker and Sundar ran up once they realized there was nothing they can do to straighten out the ship.
I don't think Gerard and Bill will leave, though. So
Not yet.
It's your choice.
I'm gonna save the spell slot.
Booker, Sunderer, they're on deck with you. Lyta and Gerard are in a wrestling match on the ground. The barbed one is strangling an old man. Bill is fighting a demigod.
Excuse me, my parrot is having a fucking fit. I'm gonna go get her.
What are
I'm
you
gonna
doing, Kata?
cast Mind Sliver at Leda. I need an intelligence saving throw.
Does a 16 beat it?
Meets it, beats it.
Cool.
I don't think I have anything in way of bonus actions. Because we haven't had a long rest, I have nothing. I will just end my turn. I'm far enough away that I'm not getting punched in the face right now. I'm good. I will just stay where I am, trying to make sure I am within 60 feet of all 4 of my other compatriots. Should this go?
Well, I would say you're
awry.
within. I would say you're within 60 feet of everyone, and you're probably within like 5 feet of Gerard and Lyta. Because Lyta was touching you when Gerard tackled her.
Okay. I will just stay super, super, super alert and aware of what is happening. And the minute it is implied we are not savable, I am casting Featherfall.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Lyta is going to cast Thunderstep and teleport out of Gerard's range. So I need I need Gerard and Kata to make me con saving throws.
You did it. Good job.
DC 17.
Nope, that's a 14. Not using that dice
17.
anymore.
Sorry, what was yours, Gerard?
I passed. I got a dirty 20.
Okay. Gerard, you will take... I gotta do math to get half of that.
I'm like a bird. I should have flown away.
You will take 16 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And Kata, you will take 33.
Unfortunately, I can't do anything about thunder, my girl.
That's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna.
And then Kata will...
Does her thunder damage ignore resistance or just her lightning?
Just her lightning.
So I take 8.
And she will teleport to the helm of the ship, or not the helm, the point at the front of the ship, and just go, "This has been fun. Gerard, I'll kill you later." Your friends won't survive the fall. You might. I'm excited to see your corpses on the ground. And she will leave. By simply just taking a step off the ship, and as she does, she falls for about a foot, and then you just see a bolt of lightning hit the sky.
Cool visual. What a bitch.
I have a 100-foot range spell. Can I use it? Or is she gone?
I would say she is gone. But Thrym is still there, being held by Bill,
All yours, my lord.
and
Bill Nye
it
the
is
Farmer,
your
eh?
turn, Gerard.
The wing is gone, so what are they standing on?
They're like on the ship. He was like ripping the wing off the side. It's like being held on by like cables and shit, allowing it to flap and such. So they are like on the railing. Well, he's on the railing. I would say Bill probably didn't hop up onto the railing to get him.
How is the shoulder thing attached?
Like his pauldron?
Yeah.
Like a leather strap.
And he's held down?
He's not
He
currently.
still has his arms.
He's not pinned anywhere. He was prevented from leaving.
Okay. I would like to try to just sever the leather strap and not harm him.
What is your intention?
To take it.
To take his pauldron?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Make an attack check.
Just getting him naked.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's already not wearing a lot of clothes.
Mm-hmm.
This is your brother. I don't know what you're up to, but genetically, you're at least 50% this dude.
Does a 26 hit a leather strap?
It definitely hits a leather strap, and I would say it doesn't take much for you to cut it either. So I'm not gonna make you roll damage. I would say his pauldron falls off.
I'm just going to slide it off his shoulder. My other hand comes up. Just slide it off his shoulder. Says, I'm sure you can get another one of these. This one belongs to me now. You've done nothing to me. You've done nothing to me. You may go.
I don't really know what's happening here.
I said you may go.
I like your spunk, kid. I hope Lyda doesn't kill you. And he will step off the ship because it is his turn next. Okay.
No, just kidding.
You already had an opportunity attack. Hasn't been your turn yet.
It has been my turn.
And at this point, does he see that Akrama is killing Barrett?
Oh yeah. That's now once he steps off the ship, and everyone kind of takes precedent of what's going on, I would say it becomes pretty apparent that Akrama is wrestling with Barrett.
How far am I from them?
15 feet.
Yeah, he's just gonna go rip Akrama off of him. That's mine.
Do you just say it, or are you physically trying to remove Akrama?
Physically trying to remove him, not in a harmful way, but like grabbing the back of the shoulders and just like pulling. So maybe the chains, but I don't know that he'd be able to grab anything else.
Yeah, as you like grasp these chains and you tug on them, like a feral fucking dog, his head turns to you, seething. You had your chance. Fine. I'm sorry. And he stands up. And what would you have him? What would you have of him?
I stand Barrett up and walk him to the edge of this spiraling ship and look out over the the ground rapidly approaching and spinning, and put my hand on the back of Barrett's shoulder. Say, what a shame. Now that you're in your mortal form, you could finally be with Mother.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. But I didn't come to you because I knew Lyta and Thrym would have their way.
It seems they would not. And he pushes him over the side.
As Barrett begins to tumble towards the ground, the smoke and the spinning makes it hard to focus. But it would seem as if that's the end of the Stormlord, or Stormspear, and the end of Barrett.
I think we should concentrate on ourselves now.
Care to share that divinity you took?
And
Gerard?
right at that moment, I think that Gerard falls to his knees, gripping the railing, white-knuckled, as ripples of lightning that he was trying to contain and doesn't know how to control just starts spiraling off of him. And he screams, like, gripping this railing, "How do I fix it?"
Just let go.
And he does, and whatever happens, happens.
This wave of divine energy starts tearing the ship to shreds. Just destroying it, absolutely gone. Gerard, you are reduced to level 10. The rest of the party is upped to level 10. The barbed one's face fills up with just a little bit of joy, becoming a little bit more well off, his body less skeletal. Well, you got us in a pickle, now what, kids?
I can only save 5 of us.
Make your choice, Kada.
Can any
Some
of
of
you
us are
fly?
required for the future.
Cool. Who's the littlest?
All
You.
medium-sized are up.
Who's the strongest?
Probably Bill, yeah.
Farm strong, baby.
Okay.
Now that we are out of initiative, guys, we are ticking down. The timer has been set instead of a counter.
Okay.
Yep, here we go.
Featherfall on Akrama, Gerard, Bill, Booker, and Sunderer. And Kada is going to take this rope really, really quickly and tie herself on Bill's back.
Bill assumes the position to provide a piggyback,
Piggyback.
once
Yeah.
again.
And she will start,
Okay.
like, strapping herself on.
What is the casting time?
1 reaction. It's a boof.
Okay. You cast this spell on everyone. I need you to make me... I paused the timer where I'm at. I need you to make me
I'm so stressed. I hate this.
a dexterity check to see if you can tie yourself to Bill quick enough.
A check?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
It's a good thing those don't count towards skill checks. So, what is it?
22!
22? Okay, so I would say you're really proficient in this. So, let's roll, if you don't mind, on D&D Beyond.
Yep.
There's 11 seconds on the timer. You will be splatted. On D&D Beyond, could you please roll me a D10?
Okay.
Or sorry, roll me a percentile dice. And then... Ooh, no, how do I want to... Sorry.
It's fine. I'm just gonna be splooped. It's okay. I understand this is a big choice.
No, buttered
Okay.
toast always falls on the buttered side.
So, roll a d20
Yep.
on D&D Beyond,
Okay.
and you can minus 11 from that.
Five.
Okay. With 5 seconds to spare,
Whoa.
you are like feet from the ground. It is jarring. You get severe rope burn, and you will take damage from this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because it's like you tied yourself. It's like you bungee jumped with a rope. You know what I mean? There's no elasticity.
Yeah.
So, Kata, you will take 22 points of damage. As a fiery crash goes off, and everyone will take 28 points of damage as fire envelops everything.
I'm unconscious with one failed death save.
How many points of damage is that, sorry?
28.
I have not de-leveled yet, so I don't know where I'm at.
You'll probably be fine.
Okay.
Oh! Akrama stands there, kind of gathers himself. Everyone else, you'll notice that you're in a lot worse shape than he is. Okay, we're not far from Bogan Pass. I think we should head out. And he picks his chains up, begins to wrap them around himself, and goes, "Oh shit, your horse! I'm so sorry, Gerard."
What?
I'm sure-
What happened? I missed that.
I forgot about your horse, Gerard. I'm so sorry. What a terrible sacrifice he has made for everyone. Rest in peace, horse. Let's go.
I think Gerard
Annie?
punches them in the face.
Okay,
Swinging.
make an attack check.
An attack check.
An attack.
Hmm.
I've been saying check at the end of everything. Can you make an attack for me?
I have de-leveled now.
Okay.
It turns out it's a lot easier to go down than go up.
Oh, so much easier.
Do I still have my D10?
I would say no. The minute you start to make an assault on him, your boon is taken away.
14. You could have stepped in at any time.
I think I explained my powers were drained from fighting the Queen of Death? I gave you all boons. I helped you.
And I have repaid that debt.
And? What do you wish for me to do, Gerard? Use your brain here.
You wish to be a god? Do a godly act. Where's my horse?
You get one. I will bring your horse back, or I will save Kata. And he gestures to Kata's corpse.
Who's tied on to Bill? So
Yeah, who is...
Gerard thinks really hard. My dog is punching me.
She's like, pick the horse, pick the
I
horse.
was gonna say, stand with the animals. Pick the horse. Pick the horse. Gerard
Help
would
me,
pick the
my
horse.
lord.
Gerard wouldn't pick
Gerard
Kata.
swipes. Gerard, yes, he would. Gerard swipes a tear from his face and says, "Kate." It's away.
Good choice. Kata, you are back at full health. And heck, why not? Your horse. And Kata turns into a horse. No, I'm kidding.
Nay.
Yeah, I'm
Don't do
kidding.
that. He'll get so mad. He will turn on Akrama so fast.
I am
Don't
kidding.
on my leg. That's dangerous.
Rocket's like, what the fuck?
Rocket's right there.
We're about a day from Borden Pass. We'll take a long rest tonight.
I hope so. And I'm just gonna start untying myself from Bill. I'm so sorry, Bill.
You might want to walk out of a fiery crash first.
Good idea, Bill. Can you carry me out of the fiery crash first?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh.
And as you all walk out of the fiery crash,
Cool guys don't
You
look
walk
at
for about
explosions.
hour or two, and then you start to set up camp. Akrama doesn't have much. He has a very small tent, which he unfurls and sets up slowly. Good job today, everyone. I did not think we would make it out of there. The next one will be much tougher, so get your sleep.
Who are we going after now?
The art chart.
Right, I knew that. Okay. Cool.
Akrama retires fairly early. He doesn't eat. He doesn't cook. He doesn't do anything. He just retires to his tent. What do you guys do? I would say out of the crash, you guys were able to recover basic camping supplies.
Was I able to grab one of the things that I wanted to do, and I never went back and did it, was I also wanted to grab what's-his-face's axe.
Yeah, I will stat that up and we'll have it for next session. It's an attunement slot. I don't know if that matters to you.
Nope. You're standing on my knee with both.
And Nikki's
Sorry.
now a druid.
She's standing on my leg as I sit, so if I move, she's going to fall to her death. Okay, back up. There you go. Now you're good. Sorry. Don't do it again. No, go over there. Sorry. Gerard is going back to me.
Anything anyone else would like to do?
No.
I think Bill sets down Kata and make sure that she's all good.
Thanks.
Checks in on Milord. And then goes and checks on Akrama or the other Milord.
Do you open his tent or do you just talk to him?
I go up to the tent and I say, "There's no door, my lord. Knock, knock."
Do not come in. I'm not well.
Okay.
It's been a strenuous day. I need my rest. The chains drain me. Your sleep, Bill. You'll need it.
I'm not gonna look. And he just puts a bowl of soup in the inside of the tent for him. He says, "Good night, my lord," and just walks back.
You feel a hand grab the bowl and pull it in. You're kind, Bill. I will remember that.
Meanwhile, Gerard is setting up camp, because setting up camp is something he's really good at. It's something that he's done a million times, and it's something that is busy enough that he feels useful and mindless enough that he can just escape into just autopilot.
Mm-hmm.
So he sets up the camp, sets up his tent. It's a 2-person tent. And when Bill comes back from Akrama's tent, he's got a fire starting up, and the tent set up. And he gestures to it for Bill and says, "It's yours for the night. If Kata would wish it also. It's room enough for 2."
You should sleep in your tent. That's only fair.
I don't think that I'm going to be sleeping much. You should get some use out of it.
Bill gestures over his shoulder to what essentially equates to a hammock strung up between whatever he's managed to find to string it up between, with like a little bit of like a old tattered tarp over the top of it. Says, "I have a bed, my lord."
Kata, it's all yours.
Only
I'll
if you're
keep up.
sure. Oh god. And I'm gonna just spend the time to cast ritually cast alarm around our area, and then I will pass out, just down.
As you're setting up the alarm, the minute you finish, you said for an auditory or a mental ping?
Mental.
You get a ping.
Sakrama.
I crawl out of the tent. Who's there?
There's a woman sitting by the fire that was not previously there.
I didn't go into a tent. Did I see this woman come up?
Not until Kata asked who's there.
Okay.
Almost as if the ask awoken the possibility of her existence to you all. You're making big waves. Following a would-be. For whatever reason, I will not judge. 2 gods dead in 2 days. In a day and a half, honestly. It's impressive work.
What does this woman look like?
It's now that you start to take her in, hearing her voice. She's a fairly pale-skinned drow woman. Long black hair. Red eyes. Tone? No, tone's not even the right word. She's a curvy lady. She's a bigger girl. But she's extremely healthy. Her skin looks perfect. She wears simple robes. Black lipstick. Nothing extravagant about her. Though she herself is extravagant, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Who are you to have the right to judge our choices?
Not judging. It's the opposite of judging. I'm observing. That's what we do. We observe. He can't hear you right now. I've assured that. Have you figured him out yet? I know Gerard doesn't trust him. What about the 2 of you? About the 4 of you?
I forgot the other guy said that.
I'm skeptical.
He's known to throw his lot in with some weird people only to cause problems much later. That's why we chained him. Why they chained him.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
A friend.
Of us or him?
Oh, of everyone. If I thought he'd be beneficial, then I'd be his friend too. But he's scorned me too many times. He had his chances. Just like his forefathers. I just came to check in and warn you, in case you weren't already on it, but I can smell the distrust on him, gesturing over to Gerard. And that one's inquisitive enough to figure it all out, pointing over to Booker. I just want you all to be safe. It's the end times. But that doesn't mean it needs to be the end of our times, right?
I would just like glance to Gerard, and then to Bill, because they seem to be the most awake and alert right now.
I don't know
Thunderer has gone into like a full shutdown mode, and Booker's kind of having a smoke, just chilling.
I think that the two women talking, the sound of two women talking has... Gerard's not terribly perceptive, so I think he was kind of zoning out somewhere else and has just now figured out that there's another woman's voice and he doesn't know whose it is. And
He thought Kato was just talking to herself.
coming back, yeah. I don't think he's been watching this whole time.
Kato, dear, you have something to say.
How
I
do
can
you
see
know
it.
who we are?
How does anyone know who anyone is? We're friends.
No games.
Oh. Games are kind of my thing. I'm known to play. It's not important, though. Not now. We will meet, and it will become glaringly obvious. It always seems to catch them a bit too late. He wants you to think that the only options are him or us. There's been people like that before, and that's why there's Betrayer and why there's the Prime Deities.
Gerard shows up at the edge of the firelight with his sword out.
Oh, and there he is, the Knight in Shining
Kata?
Armor.
Yes.
I'll leave. I don't want to cause a fight.
You tell me.
I don't know.
All I want you to think about. Why wasn't he worried about the fall? He didn't need that shared divinity. He's been gobbling up gods for days.
So you're just saying we're pawns in his scheme?
Of course. You're pawns in
course we
everyone's
are.
schemes.
Who are you?
Like I said, a friend.
To who?
Anyone.
Then you're not
Whoever's the
welcome
most
here.
fun. If that's how it'll be, I'll leave. I don't want to encroach. I'm very territorial, so I know when I'm not wanted.
There's the right side and the wrong side. Those who do not choose are on the wrong side.
How very noble of you, Gerard. You're a man they would write stories about. And songs. Oh, God, the songs would be good. I would listen to them for days. A man worthwhile, almost. But a fool nonetheless. The only way to make it anywhere is to play both sides. That's what he's doing, gestures to Akrima's tent. That's what I plan to do. And at the end, you'll always be a victor.
You said there are only two sides. Him or us? Meaning,
I said there was more than two sides, not just him or us.
so us.
You can be on your side.
Us implies you're. And she just kind of like gestures up to the sky.
Guilty.
Do you have people going to the city?
A city. Oh. I've made sure my people will get where they need to go. We're careful like that.
Then you have chosen your side.
Of course. But I have contingencies. I want to make sure you have contingencies. Because it's been fun. I like what you guys are doing. Your work is interesting. I thought about doing the same a while back. But I was overlooked. That's fine. No hard feelings.
We seem to be meeting a lot of gods who have no bearing whatsoever on the outcome of this situation. Why are you still here?
Oh, how interesting. I actually don't want to tell you that.
Gerard starts looking around to find out what she's distracting them from.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Or an investigation, whichever you prefer.
Let's see if I can...
I guess you could do an insight if you would rather, because that would be like, you're either reading her, you're reading the surroundings, or you're actively
Insight
searching.
is what I would like to use if I can.
Yeah, 100%.
Natural 20 for a total of 28.
She reads like a kind of person who's playing with her food.
Mm-hmm.
She's not actively distracting you from anything at the moment. There's nothing that's happening.
Okay.
But she is.
I think he goes
familiar.
and gets to. He excuses himself to Akrima's tent.
I wouldn't.
Then I should.
Well, in that case, I should make headway. Me and him are of different sides these days. Just another man. Just another idiot. And just another mortal.
There it is.
I'll be on my way. Just think of your options and always choose yourself.
Wait.
Ada dear, it's been lovely.
Wait.
Bill, you're something. And I'm quite a fan of your appliances. And she gestures to the two Warforge. And you get one more ping as that alarm is broken as she starts walking out. Just into the desert, essentially.
I'm so confused.
And as you gesture toward... did you actively go for Akrima, Gerard?
Mm-hmm.
As you pull back the tent flap, Akrima is lying in this bundle of chains, and they are like restricting him, and his eyes are wide open, and he looks quite angry.
Who was that?
I don't know. I didn't see them.
Pervy woman. haunting, long dark hair,
Oh, that could
Elven.
only be 1,000 people.
claiming to be a god.
A lot of that going around these days.
Mm.
She said she'd see us later.
She said that she doesn't like you,
That doesn't
that
narrow
you
it
don't
down.
get along,
That could be the
and that you've
Archheart.
slighted her.
Oh, that could be. And we're sure she was a god? I've slighted a lot more mortals than gods.
I don't know. Gerard would have a lot more words than I do for what she
Yeah,
looks like.
I think as the two of them, as you kind of go back and forth, he's either dancing around it or he truly doesn't know. You get the sense that he truly wishes he could have seen who it was, because clearly whoever tied him up in his own chains was the person who was here.
Gerard will work on getting him out.
I should have known we'd have visitors. I didn't think it would be so soon after the last. Let's get that rest. Hopefully this time for real.
I'm gonna switch it to an audible ping so everybody can hear it if it gets broken.
Thanks to your father, Gerard, I have a new little gift. And he drags his hand along the sand, and a small dust storm kind of envelops the camp. Inside, it's perfectly fine, but the outside, if anyone were to ever take a step out at any point, would see that it's near indistinguishable from the rest of the desert, almost as if it's disguising it. Get your rest. And whatever that woman said to you, keep it no mind. The last thing we need is a god separating our goals. Good night.
Gerard leaves
Sleep tight.
without a word.
Good night, me lord.
As the gates close, as the tent flaps close, Akrama resides. You all eventually, in one way or another, gain your rest, whether that's a long, steady watch through the night without serious activity, whether that's a well-deserved nap, whether it's a shutdown and a rejuvenation cycle. But we pan out to the corpse of the Stormlord, the once Stormlord. As a hand grabs it and begins to drag it through the desert. All the way towards Mantra. And that will be the end of the session, guys.
I have so many more questions.
Good night, me lords.
Good night, me lords.
Good night, me lords. It's our new sign off.
Good night, my lords.
Good night, me lord.